I don't want to say Tetris is boring, but I like Tetris. I had like a bit of a wee addiction once on the old Tetris, but it's kind of, it's just there. I don't want to knock it because it is like one of the most iconic things ever. Is Tetris, and I get that, but it's And it's Streets of Rage 2. I think we should do supposed good games that we think are actually crap. I think that's a good one. I think I can wind a lot of people up with my fat opinions. I'm just going to drink my beer, wait for my friend.
It's not me wife, it's me child.
Hello, wife and child.
Oh, whoa!
I wasn't saying nasty things about you.
You wouldn't anyway.
Exactly.
You love me. Exactly.
I love you way too much, bro. I was actually having just a regular, decent conversation with no one.
Better conversation than we'd have.
I did say, and I think you'll agree, I don't think we're going to have a lot of the same ones in this.
Oh, no. I mean, to be honest, I've not made a list. Like, I messaged you today. Like, I've not had time to sit and think, so I am fucking winging this one.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You listen to enough soundtracks and stuff.
Yes. God, yes.
And I think at most, we'll have 2.
Ooh.
Possibly 3.
Ooh.
But I know there's about 7 here that you will not have. So,
that's fair.
but I love these soundtracks. These soundtracks are good.
Mm-hmm.
So why we talk about soundtracks, Nick?
How did we end up with soundtracks last week? Well, we were talking about Streets of Rage soundtrack, wasn't it?
Yeah, we talked about Streets of Rage soundtrack, and then we also brought up our lockdown challenge, which I've still not looked at. I know I've got the list. I've not looked at it yet. I wanted to just talk generic soundtrack for 1 week. And then the next time we can get more specific. Look at the little curl on my head. That bugger doesn't go anywhere.
See, when like Carrie has a baby, she'll get the pregnancy wisps at the side of her head.
Was it?
Yeah. It's the same sort of thing.
There we go.
You need to like slap some like wax or something.
I know, yeah. I'll just get a good dollop.
I mean, I don't have that problem. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to say anything.
Oh, God. Well, mate, I know I'm going bull. The thing is, I can't see it, so I don't care.
Hey.
That's it.
Right.
Right.
So we like music. I think it is one of the, like, especially nowadays. Well, no, I think it always has been. I think it's one of the most important aspects of a game. Is the music and, sound effects. Not so much sound effects now. It's quite a thingy thing now. You get just generic sound effects. But like back in the day, your sound effects and music were like... Because graphics weren't anything special. You didn't get much story, did you? Until later on.
Mm-hmm.
But like music was always there. That's how it filled... Your game with sound was with the music.
Mm-hmm. It filled the void. That's what you know what I mean. If you weren't doing anything in the game, at least you had the music.
Yeah.
That's that. The music is always prevalent.
Yeah.
It's always there, no matter what you're doing.
And it can set the tone for the game you're about to play. So depending on the game, you got like action-packed first-person shooters or like atmospheric horrors or...
To say you've got ambient background music, it's
as important as like a big, big banger tune sort of thing. The atmospheric tunes are also...
Yeah. And a song can make a section of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, we talk about Halo and the Halo theme, how it's amazing. Those last levels in Halo, if that was any other song,
it wouldn't feel the same.
Would they be as amazing?
Exactly.
So,
speaking of, I'm going to kick this list off at number 10 with Halo Combat Evolved.
Oh,
I'm going straight in. I'm segueing into that sucker.
Soundtrack, because I'm trying to think. In my head, I can probably think about 4 songs.
Yeah, the actual track by track, it's not the best, hence why it's 10th for me. But I can happily just go on, I think it's on Spotify. I can happily just go on Spotify, Halo Combat Evolved, and just shuffle play it, and I'll be fine. Mood dependent.
That's the fucking thing, man.
You're live.
This is it. Hello. No. No, because I am full from Tim Hortons, but thank you. I know. Well, I love you. Right, see you in a minute, bye. Bless it.
Professionals.
Ask me if I want a Dunkin' Donut from the petrol station.
And you said no.
We had Tim Hortons yesterday,
Doesn't matter.
and Tim Hortons are amazing. Do you have Tim Hortons down there? Like, you need to get your ass.
We don't
up
even
here.
have Dunkin' Donuts, man. We got nothing.
Tim Hortons.
We're
is
lucky
the
we got
shit.
McDonald's here.
Amazing.
Anyway,
Right.
Halo Combat
Yeah.
Evolved.
Mhm.
I think I can happily shuffle it, and it's good.
I mean, to be honest, like
Hackle.
the first few levels, the one thing I always love and appreciate about Halo is I can't remember the guy's name that did the sound. I should know now because he's
Martin
really good.
O'Donnell.
That's the one. That I remember watching a documentary with him about how he did the music in Halo, and he was like he didn't pioneer, but he was the first person to, like, as you play in a game, as you go into certain aspects,
Oh, the song
there's
like
certain
Evolve.
triggers. It's the certain triggers that you pass that change the song and change the beat of the song. So as you're getting towards enemies, the song amps up a little bit, and it's like, but if you go backwards, then the song returns, gradually goes down again.
Yeah.
And it was this whole thing with Halo that he and Bungie, designed that together, and I think that is amazing, an amazing thing that someone thought of doing. See that it's worked out in the game, because the music in the game is amazing. When you're going into to somewhere that you're going to have a battle, the music's pumping up, and you can you can feel the music, so you're getting yourself worked up because a battle's ready.
Yeah.
But I think that's an awesome little. And I don't think many games. Have there been many games that have copied it?
What the sort of.
As you go towards something, it progressively gets more instruments kick in, and it gets.
There are similarities that probably will be mentioned further down the line in this video.
Yeah, I off the top of my head, the only one I can think of is Breath of the Wild. It's the only one I can think of that has the same sort of thing.
But I think you are getting more and more games doing it. I think it does sort of depend on the style of the game, because obviously, like, Halo can go from being quite chilled out and like you're in a deserted area and nothing's going on, and then you get ambushed, and then the music has to change, and it becomes quite operatic and quite exciting. But I quite like it. I think it must have been one of the first instances. It is like, to me, it's like a movie soundtrack. It's that orchestral, quite epic-y sort of. And I think that's what I do like about it, and it's got that sort of Halo sound. It kind of reminds me a bit, not to the extent of, when was the last time you watched Dr. No, the first James Bond?
15 years ago.
But it's mega cheese now when you watch Dr. No, because every 10 seconds the James Bond theme plays. Anytime James Bond walks into a room, and it does it so much in the film, it becomes so cheesy. And I feel like Combat Evolved incorporates the main theme more often in the entire game than the other Halos do, and that is the best song on the album by a slight country mile.
Oh, yeah. Country Mile.
That's the only thing. There's 26 tracks on the album. I'd say a good 3/4 are songs that are only a minute and a half long, so a lot of filler, ambient sort of tracks. But you've got the main theme, which has had 30 million plays on Spotify, which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
And then you've got one that I remember called Truth and Reconciliation Suite, which is 8.5 minutes, and it's sort of the epic track to me of the album. It is amazing. Apart from them two, like, it is just sort of like a filler, ambient-y, the Halo Combat Evolved music that you're just going to hear in the background. But it's easy to listen to, and that's why it's made my top 10.
The only one with Halo that I never liked was I'm going to say, like, with the flood. And it's like that sort of like piercing the sort of thing. That goes through me, that song.
I think it suited the flood, though. I think it's that entire
level, but actually, like, you're listening to the thingy and that kicks in, and you're like, oh no, headphones out. No, thank you. No, fucking thank you.
Yeah, that's the point of the flood, though, isn't it? Oh, excuse me.
That's true. That is true.
Right? Did you have Halo? Do you think?
I would, but again, it's mainly that song. You know what I mean? Is what would keep it in.
That's the only issue with it. It's like it's the Halo theme and not much else, but it's fine to listen to.
You get some variations of the Halo theme, and that's that. But I would suggest keeping with the sci-fi shooter Metroid Prime soundtrack.
Okay.
Again, it's very similar. You've got your main theme that runs throughout, but every area in the game has it's got an ambient sort of back sort of song, and then as you get into areas, as you explore and get into new areas, the song changes slightly and gets more and more and more involved, and you do have some banging tunes for that, especially the Meta Ridley fight. It's the same as the SNES boss fight.
That's cool.
But like it's like turned up to 10 sort of thing.
Ooh.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. And also the sound's really bloody good on that song as well. The game as well, like the actual shooting and your sound effects and stuff like that. They took a lot of time. Yeah. A lot of time with that. It's definitely worth a listen.
Did they alter any of it for the remaster, or is it just the same, just prettier?
No, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. I mean, I just think that every area's got a nice background. When you get into like the cabins and the lava, and you've got like the very primal. It's like the drums like dun 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 dun. It's very sort of every sort of area, like your ice area is all quite glacial. And the music suits every area because you're traveling in between the areas so much. It's not like you're stuck on the same song in the same area for like an extended period of time, so you don't get sort of like burnt out on a song. So it's pretty good. And like you say, the boss music's like,
that's the thing. Yeah. It's not. I've not put it in my list. I've not put it in my list, but I liked. I did like Super Metroid's music.
Super Metroid music's amazing as well.
But it's just I've not listened to it enough. I don't think I couldn't put it ahead of Halo because I've listened to Halo more. But But there was a lot to Super Metroid that I liked. I've just not played enough of Prime to be able to have a proper opinion on it.
You'll appreciate Prime.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to playing it. Actually being able to play it properly. This is one I think you may have.
Ooh.
Number 9 for me is GoldenEye 007.
Oh, yes.
It's just got iconic music, hasn't it? It's There's no dud song in
No.
any of the levels. All the levels
No. Wait,
have their own.
we always,
Awesome theme.
when GoldenEye was, they said they were going to release a GoldenEye, and it's like the first thing I sent to you was that video of the guy
Yeah,
pretending to like make the pause music.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's like you don't have to go sort of, and they're all like that at the door and everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Every aspect of GoldenEye music is.
Yeah, there's no dud.
Yeah.
There's no dud in there.
No, there isn't. There really isn't.
No.
Everything is like that. It does heighten every level, doesn't it? The song.
Yeah, yeah. It makes
You know what I
every.
mean? When you're stealthy, it's a stealthy, low sort of like.
I still like Surface lives rent free in my head. The first Surface level, because they alter it slightly for the dark one.
Yes.
Where there's a bit more of a beat to it. But I love the first Surface levels, like say, because it's an Arctic level, it's got that Arctic feel, and because you're sort of quiet and stealthy, it's like a low.
Yeah.
It's such a cool tune.
Mm-hmm.
But then even
you're probably going to see a lot of Rare from me, unfortunately.
That's fine. It's what you like, bro.
Grant Kirkhope and I can't remember the other guy's name that did the music with them two, like fucking video game music gods.
It's just
really,
they're just so catchy. There's so many just catchy tunes in all of them. You know,
I don't know how they've done it. Like, I'm thinking now, I've got another 3 games, Rare games. GoldenEye's the fourth. I mean, like, how are they able to make music completely different and they're all amazing? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you have to give you.
They're all totally different games as well. Like, I can already picture what you're going to say without me blurting them out. But I know what you've probably got in your head, and they are totally different games.
Yeah,
but they know how to make the music to suit those games. But yeah, GoldenEye.
Yeah, definitely on my list.
So, yeah, Surface stand out for me, but it's like you can just pick any level. They've all got cool tunes.
Just the first level. That riff at the start of it, like
like a beefed up version of the James Bond tune.
It's so fucking good. Yeah.
Because it's actually quite bold of them to sort of like the actual James Bond theme in it is like a rock version of the James, which is random. Yeah, it's like you know they could easily have just used the James Bond.
But they're all doing the poses with the guns like solid to the hand.
Just fat mitts and then like a little barrel there. Like,
both hands are together like that.
Oh god, it still looks shocking today.
God, it's so good. Oh yeah, that's definitely one of the best subjects.
Yeah, it's easy number 9. It's not something I listen to outside of the game, but whenever I play the game, I love hearing the music in it, and that's why it's on my list. But it's number 9.
You know, when with the pause music, like when it was announced, I was like so excited. And Flynn was like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "Mate, you're gonna hear this amazing song." And I found like a YouTube video. It was like 10 hours long. And we put it on in the bath, like when he was in the bath. Like I'd sit there watching it, and the two of us were like jam. It's so good.
Go on then, hit me with a potential rare.
Another one.
Rare number 2.
Oh,
that is my only rare.
That is your only rare. Okay, what? I'm going to save them. Yeah,
they're the big boys. They're the big boys.
They are the big boys. Yeah. Right. I don't know if you ever played it. Rez.
Yeah, I know. Rez.
Where you're a program inside a computer. It's an antivirus program as such, and you've got to go through and.
Is it similar to that Zone of Enders?
Never played that.
Okay, I remember we had a demo of that on PlayStation 2 or something.
You're a human sort of like antivirus in
Oh yeah.
Just traveling through basically a computer,
Yeah.
destroying parts of the virus.
Quite psychedelic looking.
Oh, it's amazing. It's an amazing game. It's so bloody good.
Musical rail
And
shooter.
and as you're going along, you're shooting bits of the virus. And as you shoot it, everything you hit makes part of the song.
Okay, that's cool.
So as you're playing it, if you don't hit anything, you just hit the low beat of the song, and actually as you are playing, you are making the music.
That's smart.
And it's like at that time I think I was probably maybe 18.
Yeah, 2001,
So
2002 it came out.
yeah, so yeah, I didn't play straight away. I played it when I missed a few years, so it was about 18, 19, definitely. And like to me, at that point, like trance was that was my sort of like go-to for my music. I loved that sort of like electronic trance sort of thing. And this game is trance music, but as you're playing, like I say, you are making the music. And like every song, and especially when you get to the boss, it's when you as you're progressing through, the beats getting better and the tunes getting better, and you get to the boss, and it's like it's just the drop, and then you've got the whole song in full flow as you're fighting the boss, and it's like there's two songs. There's Buggy Running Beeps, the first level. Oh, that saved.
First levels have always
saved.
got to be bangers, haven't they? That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
It
no,
has
it is.
to
The
be.
first one's amazing, and then I think it's the third level is Rock as Sponge. And like, honestly, God, mate, they are absolutely fucking phenomenal songs. But every song in the game is amazing, and it's just the fact that you are making that music as you're fighting the virus, and it's such a good concept. And I think it was re-released on the PS. Oh, I know I've definitely got it on the PlayStation.
Am I still gonna?
No, it's PS4.
There is something called Res Infinite. I take it that might be like a
That's the game.
re-release.
Yeah.
PS5,
PS5, it's PS4. Yeah.
PS5, and PSVR 2.
Ooh,
So
that would be amazing.
You could be in
VR,
the
actually.
res.
That would be fucking amazing in VR. Oh, did you know? Here we go.
Did you know?
This game, Fat Facts. Press the
Fun
button.
fact. Oh, I don't know. Hold on.
So,
I pressed it too much immediately.
when it was originally released, it was released with a peripheral. I don't know what the intention was, but basically, if I remember correctly, it was. I'm not going to say it was dildo shaped, but it was essentially a vibrating mat thing that you would sit on, or someone, if you're playing video games, your other half might potentially sit on.
Right.
So as you're playing the game, they themselves, are getting vibrated in places where, yeah.
I might have to get on eBay.
Have a look at it. Honestly, God, have a look at it. Because when I found out that was a thing, I was like, fuck off. No one would release that. No. It is true. It was like a vibrating, like, mat lump thing that, apparently your partner could put on as, in the player 2 port, and as you're playing the game on, it was doing the business for them.
Those bloody Japanese.
It really was.
Right, my number 8 is. I'm basing this more on how the music suited the game, and it still lives rent free in my head, but for the wrong reasons. It is the original Resident Evil soundtrack. The first one. Is
there much of a soundtrack?
Yes, there is. It's like the most haunting video game music in the world.
It's just eerie ambience, isn't it?
And it's like, it's all good. It's all. I think the Americans got like a really shit soundtrack, and it's like it is like they got some trainee. It's like Mr. Capcom was like, just do us some music that you think is scary. And it's really terrible. the version we got anyway, the PAL version, the Resident Evil soundtrack, it's just terrifying, and like it would keep me up at night because I could just hear it in my head, like the main hall theme. The first floor had its own theme with a couple of different songs in different rooms, and then the second floor had its own sounds, own music. And it just has, Remake has it as well. Remake brought it back for one room, I think, or a couple of rooms in the... It's not the guardhouse in Remake. What is it in Remake? The cabin?
In that, like, yeah, is that not, yeah, it's
when
a cabin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when you leave the mansion for the first time and you pass Lisa Trevor and then you get to...
Yeah.
In the original, it's called the guardhouse. And in the guardhouse, it's got like the most haunting song in the world. And if I can play music in this video, I will play that song. Because it is terrifying. And I just
play while some shit in my pants.
Yeah. And I love the music for what it does to the game. It makes the game.
Oh yeah,
It makes
that's a factor in Resident Evil.
If Resident Evil 1 doesn't have that soundtrack, it's probably more just like a cheese fest of a game. It's just zombies and then no music. You need that music to cack your pants. And that's why it's on my list. It's just the best cack your pants music.
Cack your pants game.
Yeah. But I'd give Resident Evil 2 a wee mention as well, because it's got like the police station theme, which is like a more recognizable song. Yeah. I think 2's got the more recognizable songs, but 1's just it's horrifying.
Yeah, it's like how we discussed it. 2 become you're outside in the open city, so it's not as scary as being confined into a you know what I mean, the mansion of 1. So you can.
What almost made my list, which does actually have a really good soundtrack, is Resident Evil 5. 5's actually got a decent soundtrack.
It does.
Because they sort of try and go more into the movie like sounds, and there's some catchy tunes in there.
Yeah, no, there is.
Right, hit me, bro. Rare or no rare?
Right. Batman, Arkham Asylum.
Ooh, okay. I don't remember the music.
And / Arkham City, actually, because the theme of City is better than Arkham, but the music in Arkham is good as well. Like, I wouldn't say Arkham Knight shite. It's just shite across the board.
Whoa. But I've only played Asylum. I started City and I really couldn't get into it.
The thing is, I've played City once, and I'm like, I've done it, I'm done. But like, I thoroughly enjoyed it throughout. Yeah. But I prefer doing Asylum.
Asylum is really fun.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I love Asylum; it's so good. But the intro to City is very much when bloody Inception. You know, you get the horns. Arkham City has quite a lot of, so like it's not the same like horn, like not as intrusive, but it's in the background. Okay. So you've got like the intro and it's like ding, ding. Yeah. And it's a very, very catchy tune. And both games actually, again, just sort of like, it's that background new sound, do you know what I mean? But it's there to build up the tension of the game, because obviously you're sneaking around as Batman, aren't you? You don't want anything that's like loud and big and brash, but it's always there and it's always prevalent, and it just slowly just builds up and it crescendos into your battle, You know, if you land somewhere and you've got thugs that come jumping on you, it's like straight in the music. You know, it's yeah. Quite thoroughly enjoy listening to that soundtrack. Actually, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting a Batman Arkham game, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember.
do.
I don't remember much of the Arkham Asylum music, so I've played
That's
it
the
a
thing.
couple times.
It's always there. See, like you know, in an afternoon when I'm working, and it's like I don't want to listen to anything, but I want something on. Like quite Arkham Asylum, like it's just that's kind of just there. Do you know what I mean? It's just nothing intrusive, nothing. It's just there, and it just plays away, and you can just do it.
Crack on.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Batman animated theme though. Whoa.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
I missed that as a kid, you know. I missed being a child, so I could just happily watch Batman the animated series.
Still play that. See when Flynn, because we've got Flynn a towel, Batman. It's got Flynn and his little bat symbol. It's got his name on it. And see when he used to come out the bat and that, we used to put the Batman 60s the TV theme.
Yeah.
And he said, "I've got a video. I need to send you at some point." But he's like swinging his bum because he's just obviously you seeing it in his towels, like swinging side to side. You know, and he's just like, yeah. And he's to do with Batman music wise is generally pretty good, isn't it?
It's just good, isn't it?
The Dark Knight trilogy, the bloody is really bloody good as well. Is Hans Zimmer? It's Hans Zimmer.
Hans Zimmer, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to just do Batman themed episodes at some point.
Be good on it.
I love Batman. Right, are we almost halfway?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 10, 9, 8, 7. I almost skipped one then. Here's one that you may have.
Okay.
It's not rare,
Oh.
but it is on the N64.
No, it's not with
No,
Smash.
it's not Smash. I never played Smash on the N64. Fairly close though, ish.
Don't fight it. How? Who? No, I don't know.
Super Mario 64.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I was tossing and turning between Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart 64. I think they've both all the
do
musics
have
in
work.
each level are very good. But like I think to me Super Mario 64's music is just a little bit more memorable. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, similar to like GoldenEye, it's nothing I would listen to outside of the game. But I love cracking the game on and jumping in whichever world, and then the music's just, you know, it's just on in the background. You're just having a good time.
See with Spotify, you can put like Super Mario 64 lo-fi, and you get like some amazing tune. And it's the thing with like, see, you can get like lo-fi over pretty much every video game that's come out. Do you know what I mean? It's got a soundtrack, but there's some. So I need to send them to you. There's like Dire Docks, where it's like, do you remember? It's like it's quite a chilled out. You know, you're swimming in the water. Yeah. Someone's like made this into like a dance tune, and it's proper, like got the fucking beats, and you know, it's just so good. It's but I do agree. Super Mario 64 is definitely awesome, but my list, I'm going to go one better. Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2.
Yeah, see, I never really played them, so I did.
You need to play them. Well, I can't play 2.
I did try. I played. You get Galaxy with that trilogy, don't you? That came out.
Yeah.
I just can't stick with it. I don't know why.
No, Galaxy is amazing.
I don't know.
Such a good game. And the thing about it, and it's I'm pretty sure it's the first video game that I actually downloaded the whole soundtrack for. I would pick and choose music, like my favorite tracks, favorite level songs, and download them, but I'm sure that's the first time I actually went, I want that whole album. And it's just Mario, but like orchestral.
Yep.
You know. And it's so grandiose, and it's such a beautiful. You know, the levels are absolutely beautiful, and the music is beautiful with them.
I love the style of Galaxy. For whatever reason, I just can't get into it. It might just be me at the minute. At the minute, like, I've not been able to properly play like a proper game since maybe God of War Ragnarok. Since then, I've just been jumping on things, and I can't like suck myself into that world.
It's because you've not got time. This is it now, mate. You're getting old.
I'm officially old.
You've got no time, dude. That's it. You can't invest your time into something.
That's why I'm just playing Streets of Rage at the minute. It's like something I could just jump on and just.
So it's a wee 1 hour game. That's just I know exactly. See, I'm coming out of that tail end of it now. See all those past 5 years where you're like, do you want to do something? I'm like, I've got Flynn. I gotta get Flynn to bed, and you're just like, have them bad nights where I really want to play video games with my best pal, but my kid's just not going to bed. And I'm coming out of the tail end of that now, and I'm like, Liam, do you want to play this? You'd be like, no, I've got a kid, mate. That's it. Don't worry, we'll play games together in 5 years' time.
Oh, mate, I'll find a way. Don't you worry. I'll find a way.
But Mario Galaxy, yes, get on it, please.
Is that one in? Was that officially in your list? Galaxy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Galaxy. Oh, I love it. It's just
I think it was obvious that a Mario game was going to come from both of us, and like I just didn't know which one was going to come from you. I think 64 was pretty obvious from me because it's.
To be honest, I don't think there's a bad get Mario game that has a bad soundtrack. Do you know what I mean? That I think
No, they've always had a decent soundtrack.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah. No, they have, and yeah, I'm not making any points that Mario music is amazing regardless of what game it's in.
Now we are at number, I believe, 6. My number 6 best soundtrack belongs to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It's got such a good soundtrack.
Well, the old bloke, isn't it? So, I'll get round to it.
You need to play it, man. You need to play it. Now that you've got more free time because you're getting out of the transitional period.
I'm getting out of the child thing, I know. No, I know.
It's so good. But like, the sound, whenever I just think about Symphony of the Night, because I just always think about it all the time because I'm sad. But whenever I do just think about it, the soundtrack just comes into my head and it just makes me go, oh, I want to play Symphony of the Night.
It's so good.
But it does do the thing of the first track you hear is the best one in the entire soundtrack. It's the catchiest one. It's the one I'll probably play now.
I think with all Castlevanias, though, I think generally the first few level songs are the best.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's the main Castlevania theme from, is it number 1 or number 2? Is the one that everyone, says it's the best Castlevania song of all time.
Probably one, because Simon's Quest is not like a proper...
bomb, isn't it?
I've tried playing it. It's a slog. Whoa. I really enjoyed the first one. It's really hard, but it's a good challenge. Simon's Quest is whoa. That's something else. There's a reason they didn't go back to a game like that. It's not great. But Symphony of the Night, amazing soundtrack. There's just there's some tracks that are better than others, but all in all, it's just a easy to listen to, good soundtrack, catchy tunes, suits the game. I would happily listen to it outside of the game. Takes me back to playing Symphony of the Night during lockdown. Good times.
Good times. That's fine. Right, am I going to hit you with one? What am I going to hit?
Oh god, is my battery nearly dead again?
Ready?
Yeah, there's laptops knocking on though. We'll do your next one, then I'll go and just run and get the charger.
Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Oh no! You can't knock it, can you? It's Michael Jackson music, isn't it?
16-bit versions of Michael Jackson songs. Come on.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that.
So good. I just wish there was more levels to have more songs. That's it.
I just wish the English got Thriller.
Oh, I know.
That'd be nice.
Another Part of Me is one of my favourite Jackson songs anyway, so I'm quite happy that that said it.
Yeah. It is good. Like I love Beat It as well, and like Beat It's the 16-bit version of that. It's got some like got some oomph to it as well, hasn't it?
They went hard on every song, you know. So apart from the lyrics, you know exactly like what part of the song is played. You know the words. You sing along with it as you're playing it. So that's a little quick little nip one in there. I had to nip that one in because I would not forgive myself talking about awesome soundtracks to songs.
You can't. I can't knock that, to be honest. It's as terrible as I think the game is. The soundtrack is amazing. It is amazing. It's just Michael Jackson.
Like I said in the video, sometimes I used to just sit there and go in the options and just listen to the music anyway. Sitting there in my cousin's like underneath the bloody stairs cupboard thing, listening to Michael Jackson songs.
Well, that's something interesting to think about. Like shit games with terrible sound with good soundtracks.
Good soundtracks.
That would be an interesting one. Again, matter of opinion. You love Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I was gonna put it as number one, but I thought no, you'd probably crack up.
Yeah, but I wouldn't completely disagree with you because it's Michael Jackson tunes, isn't it? 16-bit Michael Jackson tunes.
Hello.
Right. Do you want to keep going on about Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and I'll just grab my charger?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll throw in my next one.
Oh.
Whilst are you going to keep your headphones in, or are you going to go?
No, I've got to leave the room.
Oh, you go. Then I'll talk about my next one. Jesus Christ, that fucking name, man. Fucking hell, God. My next one's going to be Outrun. That's another Mega Drive game in my list, and he's not gonna expect it that I've got two Mega Drive games in my list. But Outrun is awesome. The music on that is beautiful, and when you get to do the radio at the start and you can choose your own track, that's such a good little thing that they put in the game. And I used to shout out to Radio Sega. I don't actually know if they're still fucking going, but when I was living in Ireland, I would have my phone and I would listen to Radio Sega through the website through my phone whilst I was in bed. And you could select, I think it's like up to 5 tracks every 20 minutes or something like that. And I'd be like, run out. So here he is. Look at that. Look at them arms. Arms of a god. See, you can't even.
I can't hear you. I've got my headphones in.
Yeah.
I just sat on them. Oh. I could have farted then. That'd been funny.
Fart, smelling headphones in your ears.
I could have done a farting rendition of Beat It.
I should have done a song. Should have left the song in for you.
Right, what did I miss?
Right, you ready?
I hope so.
Outrun.
Ooh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I've not played much of Outrun, but yes.
Outrun.
I'm with you.
So I was literally saying then that, so with Outrun, I love the fact that you can change the radio at the start.
That's cool.
before you start to select what song you want. And I know that the first one only had 4 tracks, but like all 4 of them were bloody good. And even the sound effects of like when you decide to choose, you've got the waves crashing in the background, and that's a beautiful little touch that.
Yeah.
But all 4 tracks of this game. Absolutely. The only thing with Outrun is I don't like is when you go in when you're driving and you get to like your top speed and you get that, it's like that. And you have to change gear up to high. That's the only one drawback of Outrun is that the fucking sound.
Yeah.
Other than that, all four songs are top tier.
Yeah, and Outrun is reliant on having those good songs as well, isn't it? It's a big part of the game.
Yeah. And I was saying, like, when I was living in Ireland, I used to go on the Radio Sega website. I don't know if it's still a thing anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised if it still is, to be honest.
Maybe. And I used to be able to select like 5 songs every 20 minutes, and I'd always do Outrun. And listen, and I'd put the songs in the list of the songs that get played, and then after 20 minutes, I would do Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, and I would just alternate between the two.
Yeah. And
I would sit there waiting for my songs to come on to fall asleep. But that's what I used to do.
Bless you.
So I know.
But
they are good. They are good. I know. And even with every game, like they still kept the same 4 core songs. They just added remix versions with them as well. So you still have the original. You could have the remix versions as well as every game got on.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I've got it on. I did have it on the Xbox. It's like Outrun 2049 or something like that. It was some futuristic version, and they must have had about 30 different songs. You know what I mean? And it's like loads of remixes of the original 4 with new songs in. There was like so many songs. But yeah, I just love them. I just love Outrun.
Right, we are now at the halfway-ish, beyond the halfway mark. Ooh, number 5. I've gone the first Metal Gear Solid soundtrack. Yeah, I knew you were going to pull that face. But like to me, it's a big part of my childhood.
The only song I know of Metal Gear is the dun 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 dun.
Yeah. And it's from this one. And
is it from this one?
Yeah, it's
right,
from
okay.
the first Metal Gear. That's why I've kind of gone with this one. I love the 3rd one and the 4th one. They have very good soundtracks. Like you can just plonk the soundtrack on. Good times. Especially the 3rd one. But I think the first one has, like you say, you knew that one. I think anyone from the 90s knows that song because of how big Metal Gear was. And then just all of even the ambient songs, the boss music, even the main theme. The main theme's decent in this one, but it gets better in like 2 and 3. But just as a soundtrack, there's only like... I got it on my phone. I think there's only like 12 or 14 songs. It's not like a load, but they're all just good tunes. It might take me a while to load it, but yeah, it's to me it's a big part of my childhood, and it's all about nostalgia. Again, nostalgia is a powerful drug, and music that takes you back to these times is definitely, it's a powerful tool. It is. Yeah, I love it. Metal Gear Solid has... Okay, it's got 21 songs. I thought it was less than that. But yeah, they're all good. They're all good. Even the ambient-y sort of songs are really good in it, in my opinion. Is it rare time?
Yeah, I'll drop a rare one.
Ooh!
Drop a rare one.
The Banjo-Kazooie.
Which one are we dropping though? Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, I thought you were saving that for the end.
No, Donkey Kong Country. Do you know what?
Do.
Yeah.
Do.
Yeah. Well, it's not even
Even
that
though I know
though.
that one.
The underwater levels, like the bloody snow, like every variant of level, the mine shaft levels. Every single song in that game out the park, out the fucking park.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just think I think I've got a play track through from COVID, and it's Donkey Kong Country Lo-Fi, and it was my most played playlist for the past 3 years.
Oh.
So
That's impressive
so
because I've never had the same thing
it's
each year.
yeah. It's amazing. It's such a good like, and like these are like remixes that people have done, but it's still the same song. Do you know what I mean? And it's just yeah. I can't put a fault. There's not one single song in that game that's bad. So
That's impressive.
to me, yeah.
I think a lot of people would agree with you as well.
And I think it's outdone by
One.
probably two more games.
Ooh.
Both rare, but I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, fairs. I won't argue. I've played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country, so I do get that. That
But
first,
yeah, you're like, oh, Donkey Kong Country, it's amazing, and then like after there's just nothing.
yeah, it's because this is what I do, isn't it? I find a different game, and I just keep.
It's the
When-
fucking
when
game.
I've
I
got-
want to talk about it.
When I've got 27,000 games on this game bloke, it's kind of hard to just stick to one.
You only have to like give it like 15 hours, and you'll get it complete.
15. Right, number 4. This is absolutely not in your list. I don't think this would be in many people's lists, but it's in mine, and I don't understand why it isn't like more recognized for the soundtrack. It's God of War 2. The God of War 2 soundtrack. I remember when I was proper bumming God of War before 2018 came out, and it was just proper,
You made me play God of
hack and
War.
slash. Which one? The new one?
No, you made me play the original
Okay.
trilogy.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah, they are. They're bloody good. And I can't. I mean, the last time I played 2 was the last time I played it when you made me play it. Because I think it was like 1 and 2 came out in a pack, wasn't it? And then 3 hadn't come out, but it was coming out.
Yeah. They re-released them for the PS3, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's when you'd maybe get them. But if I'm being honest, the only one I can remember is the intro. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
which is
dun, dun,
which
dun.
is fair enough. That's pretty cool. It's a cool theme. The God of War 2 theme, especially. Is a cool theme.
Yeah.
But like
was a
when I
cool theme.
first played it, I didn't like take much notice of the music. I think you're too engrossed in like Kratos's
I think that's why I can't
vengeance
remember
story. It's like
music.
it's so
Yeah.
it's such an intense game, and there's a lot going on in
is.
it. Like you don't stop and listen to the music.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
only when
because
I was
you're literally like you're defeating everything
Yeah.
to the next bit
But-
to defeat the next
But
bit.
there's always
Next
music going
puzzle.
on. There is forever music going on in that game. And it was only when I I think I enjoyed a few tracks from the third one. The third one was a bit more like of an epic piece because it was the end of Kratos' story.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll go online and I'll download the soundtracks and I'll just stick my headphones in, and if I'm on the bus to college or whatever, or just doing whatever, I'll just have it on and I'll just let it play. And every time there would be like a catchy song or like a song I really liked, I'd look at my phone at God of War 2. Oh, God of War 2. The Isle of Creation, God of War 2. The whatever, Vengeance, something, Spartan Vengeance or some name of the song. And like, always God of War 2, and I thought, okay, now why is every song I like from God of War 2? And then I would
It's a good soundtrack.
Yeah, to me, it's a bloody good soundtrack. I don't think I got it on my phone anymore. But it used to be just good for the gym as well because it's quite like it's heroic and that Greek god and
Get you pumped.
operatic, very epic. It proper suits the game. It is apart from I don't like to compare them with the two new ones because they're totally different games. They've so far gone beyond the first 6 God of War games with these last 2 that I don't like to say the reboot of God of War is the best one because it probably is. It is the best God of War game. Unless you prefer Ragnarok, I don't. But it's still very good. But
I've still not finished it.
Oh, so good though. But my personal favorite God of War game is God of War 2, and it is because when I started bumming the soundtrack, I then went back and played the game, and I just like proper fell in love with the game because I heard the soundtrack. So all of the Isle of Creation song is so good. It's such a cool song. Yeah, God of War 2. All the God of Wars are fine. They're all decent soundtracks. I would still put God of War 2018 as like an honourable mention because it has a main theme that I think is better than the Halo theme. But we'll save that for another day. Personally, they may be the best main theme ever made. But like it's the soundtrack as a whole. There's a lot of ambient stuff to it, which suits the game, but it's just not as easy to listen to. Like, I definitely can't put God of War 2018 on in the gym unless I just put the main theme on repeat, because it's a phenomenal song for the gym, the main theme. But the rest of it is so like ambient and couple of sort of quite beaty songs, but nothing much. Nothing compared to the God of War 2, the superior God of War soundtrack.
Right. What am I thinking? What am I thinking?
You can say Sonic the Hedgehog if you want.
Thinking that, but
Ooh.
my problem with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Problem.
Yeah.
Problem.
The music.
There's no problem.
Yeah, no, there is.
Only Sonic
Because
2.
it's the frame rate difference between the American and the European versions.
Yeah.
Because the American version runs at a higher frame rate, so the music is it plays faster compared to the Europe.
Yeah.
And that's my one big gripe with Sonic. Is you play an American ROM, you get the faster music and it sounds better. You play the European one and it's like it's the same song but slower and a bit shit. So that's why I'm not.
Fair enough.
What am I gonna? I'm just scanning through here now.
Get scanning, boy.
Yeah, because I'm gonna save. What number are we on? 4.
Yeah, that was my 4th one, so it'll be your 4th one. 4th, well.
Got another 2. Do you know what? Smash Brothers.
Ooh!
Smash Brothers. Well, immediately onwards.
Okay.
Because Smash had just music from the games, and Melee had sort of like remixed, redone versions or more orchestral versions. And then you went into Brawl and Ultimate, and then they brought in basically like producers to actually remix the songs from every Nintendo franchise. Cool. And there's a song that there'll be songs on any one of those games that you would love. Like, I would love some of those songs to be in the original games.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like say for F-Zero, for example, like the F-Zero levels in the Smash games, the music in them is fucking brilliant. And it's like just remix versions of the originals, and the originals are amazing in F-Zero.
Yeah.
Alexa, stop. Bitch. the music in F-Zero is amazing, but like when they've remixed it and it's like they've got the orchestral ones or they've got remix versions in Smash, they are better because obviously it's been 20 years since, do you know what I mean, that they've been made, so they are better.
Yeah.
And actually, every time Smash came out from Melee onwards, I would download the soundtrack for the list of the songs that have been in the game. I would do that. And fucking Smash Brothers Melee's theme as well. Banger. It's so good, so good. But yeah, so they've remixed all of Nintendo's original songs, and they've got some own versions, and they carried it on throughout the whole game. And yeah, any one of them games, any remix of any Nintendo game from Smash Brothers, are fucking good. Shots fired.
See, the only one I've properly played was the last one. What was it called? Ultimate.
Ultimate's good. Ultimate is really good. The thing I
don't remember the music in it.
It's got loads of music.
Yeah, I just don't remember it.
Yeah. So there's actually a mode now that you can actually play the music from it. And what does it say? I think it's like something like 38 hours worth of music. Of remixes from Nintendo songs and everything like that. And you've got a mode in now that you can actually turn your Switch off and just have it playing the music.
Yeah.
So you can make your own playlists.
That's quite cool.
And have it as like a portable music player.
That's quite
But yeah, there's so much music in Ultimate. It's unreal. Like it's to me, it's like it's got too big, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like Ultimate, there's like every character, then it's like 50 something characters now. 38 hours worth of music and 40, 50 levels or something like this. It's huge.
That's madness, and that's on a Switch as well.
I know. I mean, could you imagine if they were like, had the chance to put that on a Xbox or a PS5, proper graphics and everything? It would look absolutely phenomenal.
Yep, it would.
So,
it would.
Yeah.
Top 3. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Sonic and Knuckles is the superior Sonic soundtrack.
Not Michael Jackson's Sonic.
Not Michael Jackson's Sonic. That is tragic beyond all belief. Sonic 3 is not a great soundtrack, apart from a couple songs. Sonic 3's problem is it's got some good songs, and it's got some trash songs. It's not like it's just got, they're alright. They're sound. They're they're tragic. They're terrible. There's some bad. The boss music in Sonic 3 is bad. And Sonic always has like good boss music.
Sonic 2 is fucking awesome. Like,
yeah, it's simple and memorable. It's the Robotnik theme, and then they ruined it with 3 because they tried making it like Michael Jackson-y and like a weird hip hoppy sort of vibe to it. It's terrible. Thankfully, they kicked the pedo out, and we got proper Sonic and Knuckles music with a proper boss theme. Probably the best final boss theme of any game ever. But yeah, just every level, same as GoldenEye, Super Mario, Symphony of the Night. Every level is, to me, recognizable, lives rent-free in my head. And it's just like Sonic and Knuckles was probably, alongside Streets of Rage, the biggest part of my childhood, those 2 games. So like the music in them games just forever festering in my skull. If I want to think about any level, it's going on in my head, and it makes me happy. Sonic music makes me happy.
That's it. That's true. I mean, I love the Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 soundtrack, so yeah, you can't complain, can you?
Oh, Sonic 1. Sonic 1's is arguably as flawless to me. I think Sonic 2 has a couple of... meh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There are a few levels that aren't to think. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's it's just
especially
one of
coming
those
off like
things.
how good Sonic 1 ones were.
Yeah, Sonic 1. I don't think there's a dud in Sonic 1. They're all catchy. Some of them are a bit weird, but they're like good weird. Starlight Zone is like the sleeper greatest Sonic song ever. It is currently my ringtone because I accidentally deleted my ringtone, so I've had to use Starlight Zone, and I don't regret it.
But,
But
well,
that is potentially the best Sonic song. But yeah, Sonic and Knuckles, amazing soundtrack.
I mean, I technically should go with like the ringtone that I had for the longest amount of time from Star Fox, but I'm not getting Star Fox. I'm not.
Why?
Should do, but I'm not. I'm going Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Ooh, he's pulling a face.
Yeah. I just, I don't know. I don't know if people would. I don't know. I love the music in that, and it's quite that game. Holds quite an emotional part of me. And I can't really explain why. It just does. I think I was at that age where like gaming to me it peaked at such a point, and it was like that was the game. And I think just I loved Zelda, loved Link to the Past, and I could choose Link to the Past if I'm being honest. I could choose that as well. But the thing is, the Ocarina of Time just meant so much, and I think I felt a lot with that game, and it just and the music. And again, you're listening to on Spotify, you've got the remixes like the Zelda Lo-Fi, and it's like all the Ocarina of Time songs. It's like in every song, I feel it.
Takes you
Do you know
back.
what I mean? In my person, I just feel the music. And there's never been any other game that's had that same impact and effect on me than that game. So like that music, when I hear it, and it's like we've got there's a dance mix of all the Zelda Ocarina of Time songs on Spotify,
Yeah.
and every time I get in the car, Flynn's like, "Can I get the Zelda music?" So not only does it mean something, it meant something to me, and it's like I found this and I listened to this with Flynn, and it's like now Flynn has this affinity with this music, so it's doubly more. You know what I mean? It just mean twice as much now as it did before, and then yeah, it's just. Nostalgia, love for the games, everything. It's everything. It's everything.
Best
It's
thing
all
ever. It's the
in
best thing ever,
one.
nostalgia.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't have where it has music. It has they're all good songs in the game, and the ambience in the temples and that they're there. They're nothing special, but it's the songs that they have that they know at those points in the game that are emotional, and they have them songs in it. It's like that's where they hook you in, and yeah, then it has, and it forever will do. And there you go.
Zelda.
And you don't like it.
And I did tell a lie before because I actually did manage to play Ocarina of Time a little bit on the Game Bloke. It is playable.
Yeah,
You have to
I
run it
imagine
on
it's hard.
Android, so it doesn't run like bum.
I know. I need to pull that Arc OS on. Because
Yeah,
that's the better.
I've got a new thingy now. I've got myself another Diddy SD card, so I just need to sort it out.
Yeah, that's what I need to find. I've got hundreds upstairs somewhere.
I just don't
I
have
just
the
need the time to
time.
fucking do it.
I don't have the time, and my camera keeps blurring me for some reason. But why play Zelda when I could play Streets of Rage 2? The second best soundtrack of all time.
All the time.
All time. And in
There's
terms
nothing
of
else we can say about it, though. We
we
talked about
talked
it all
about it last week. But
Mhm.
in terms of the retro soundtracks, Streets of Rage 2 for me is the Donny Dosser, the Big
Yeah.
Boy, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Not only is every level like a good catchy tune, they're all fucking awesome tunes.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, they are. They're good.
there's no bum song in that soundtrack. It's got probably the best first level music for me. The boss level, the boss music is one of the best boss themes ever. And every song suits the setting of each level. The levels suit the songs, the songs suit the levels. And that's it. Yeah, we talked about it at length last week. But we now need your number 2, roughly.
Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ooh. See, I don't know Donkey Kong Country 2. I've not touched that one. So
Yeah. Take Donkey Kong Country. Amazing soundtrack. Amazing game. Just overall brilliant. And then just make it better.
fair enough.
That is literally, it's like everything about Donkey Kong Country, they've kept it right and added more. And it's just because it's just a beautiful, brilliant game. And the music in it is actually has my favourite song of any of it.
Ooh.
Sticklebrush Symphony. So good. And yeah, even there's a Watsy one as well. Oh, what's the Car Attack? It's you're in a carnival, and one of the rides you're on a skull roller coaster. That's such a good fucking song as well. That's so good. But it's Donkey Kong Country on steroids. Amazing.
Yeah, speaking of steroids, the best video game soundtrack belongs equally to 2 games because I'm sad. I bum them to death. They are perfect for the gym. It is
Let me guess.
Doom.
Is it Doom and Doom
Eternal.
Eternal?
Yeah, no, Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal have the best soundtracks. I just love them. I love them. They are like, obviously because they're more recent games as well, and they brought in Mick Gordon, who's like a legit metal music writer. He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
And there's bloody whatever they call it, 8-string bass guitar thing to compose the music. It is absolutely mental when you look at the documentary of him. The music in that game is just top tier. Not just like video game music, it's top tier metal music. Like obviously if you're into your metal music, you'll like the soundtrack because you can't get any better than this.
Am I right in remembering that it wasn't it designed to like invoke your what is it, to get your heart pumping and your adrenaline going. It's something to do with the heartbeat or something. Was that right? That as you're playing it, that it's supposed to, the music, the tempo goes up with your heartbeat as you're playing it.
It might be with the Spider Mastermind fight at the end. There's like a constant sort of heartbeaty sort of. And I think as the boss, the further into the boss you go, the pacier it gets, and it is amazing. It's a pretty meh final boss, but like the music makes it.
The music makes up for it.
Makes it exciting. But like this, we're going all the way back now to what you said about Halo Combat Evolved, where as you progress in levels, and like the music will change depending on what's going on and stuff. Like Doom 2016 does that best, and Doom Eternal as well. This I can't decide Doom 2016, Doom Eternal, because they've got like.
I know I've played Doom 2016 probably about 10, 12 hours. I think I can't. I've never finished it. I know I never finished
it. Man, it's the best games ever made.
Like, go back.
They're the best. Like.
They're on Game Pass now as well, aren't they?
Oh, just get them downloaded and play them forever because they're the best games ever. Doom 2016, you basically got like the main sort of song, which was Rip and Tear. It's like the sort of catchy song from 2016 that I bet you. Whatever trailer came out, they probably played this song, and if they didn't play this song, they played BFG Division, which was like the standout song. It's the most metal thing you could metal with some metal and some more metal. It's just over the top metal, and it just suits because. Both these games are basically just like glorified arena shooters. Like you step into this big room and it becomes an arena fight. Enemies everywhere. You kill them all to this metal music and it's amazing. And then you move on. You enter a new room. They just load more enemies on you, and then there's more metal music. But like each level got its own sort of different sort of song. Both the games had similar vibes to their soundtracks. Doom 2016 was like a bit more like controlled. It was more sci-fi sort of soundtrack.
Yeah.
Whereas with Doom Eternal, they took some steroids with Doom. They had the mega steroids, super steroids for Doom Eternal. And Doom Eternal is just
steroids mixed together.
Doom Eternal is mental. It is amazing. Doom Eternal has probably easily my favourite video game song ever, with probably the coolest name ever as well. The only thing they fear is you is the coolest name for a song ever.
I was going to say like Dick of Nails or something, but no, that's
a close second. Doom Guy's Dick of Nails.
Doom Guy's Dick of Nails.
It may even be like my favourite song ever. Because it is just pure metal. Mm-hmm. It's just pure metal goodness. But like the end of that song, like the last minute, 2 minutes, if you listen to like the official version of it, because like this is the only soundtrack where I downloaded it. I downloaded someone released the game rip files before the game came out, so like a week before or something. Like because I was so excited for Doom Eternal, I was like watching the trailers constantly because I just wanted to hear that music, and it was this song that they played forever in all the trailers, and then they released the game rips on YouTube. Someone did. and I was like, oh, I really want to. I want to listen. Oh, but I can't. I've got to wait for the game. But
You don't want to spoil anything.
this was the only song where I was like, oh, I know this is the trailer music, so I'll listen to this. And I listened to that on repeat forever. And like all I remember from back then is because I think it was lockdown when Eternal came out.
Yeah.
Either it came out just before lockdown, but it was a big part of lockdown. Because when I was doing my like home workouts and stuff, because we weren't allowed to leave the house, it was always the Doom Eternal soundtrack. I would whack the Doom Eternal soundtrack on, and that got me through every workout. And yeah, I just can't pick. 2016, Eternal. Eternal also had the DLC with a different composer. That music's amazing as well. It's just, it is an unbeatable soundtrack.
Yeah.
Unless they make a Doom 3. I'd be surprised if they didn't, because these were very well received games. It's just big falling out with Mick Gordon, the composer, so he won't be back, which is a shame.
I know there's a lot of controversy, wasn't there?
Yeah,
they didn't get paid or something.
They never. I think they've released. They didn't officially release the soundtrack, so it's like you can't get it on Spotify or anything like that. You can get 2016 on Spotify, but not Eternal. I think only people that.
Shitty thing.
Yeah, because it's it's my favorite soundtrack, so I'd love to have it on Spotify. But I think only people that ordered the collector's edition that paid fucking 250 quid or something to get Doom Guy's helmet and whatever else, but they got the soundtrack with it as well. So apart from them, I don't think the soundtrack actually exists. So it's not like I found a way to get it on my phone or anything like that. Game rips and then official
illegal downloads through piracy.
I didn't do that. How have I got the DLC music when it's
matey.
not been released? Oh Jesus, pirates!
You're not a seaman.
No, I love Seaman. David Seaman. Yeah, best soundtracks ever.
Right, so final one.
So it's Rare. And you've said Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, and GoldenEye. Is it Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes.
Hey!
It is.
I don't know any Banjo-Kazooie music. I do need to play it. I do want to play Banjo-Kazooie. It's on the Xbox, isn't it? Rare Replay.
It is on the Xbox. It's really good on the Xbox, actually. It's really good on the Xbox. They fixed a lot of things with it on the... Well, not... There's nothing to fix with the game. They made the camera easier. Essentially, is what they did on the
Super
Xbox.
Mario 64.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's my one gripe with Super Mario 64 is the terrible camera.
So this game has one underlying theme tune. Okay, it's the same theme. It's the same. Go throughout the whole game, but every level has a different
variation
of this. Yeah, of the same thing, and it's the same. It's just I don't think I've ever played any other game that's ever done that, and I can hand on heart say from as soon as you turn that game on and go through every level and turn that game off, there is not one better piece of soundtrack throughout a whole game. To me. Like your starting level where you're introduced in, it's like your sort of like training level, basic song on a banjo, and as you go into the different levels, it changes to like the seaside one where it's an accordion. And and you go to like the desert, and it's all like Egyptian style, but it's the same tune, but it's Egyptian. and it's so good. It's so good, and every song is an absolute. It's the same song, but every different variation is still bloody good. And there's one level where I think it's the last level in the game, TikTok Wood. It's the same level, but you basically go through all the seasons, spring, summer, and even the TikTok Wood is the same song, but it's also all those 4 dawns are different sort of variations on the seasons as well. And so, and every start to finish, beautiful music. Again, Grant Kirkwood and the other guy nailed it out of the park. Everyone, you can't fault them. Such a bloody good soundtrack on a game. So, start to finish, Liam.
That's impressive.
Yeah, no, it is. And apart from, let's say, Corner of Time, this is the only other sort of like video game that I can get I'm emotionally connected to, because I think that is my favorite 3D platforming game of all time.
Ooh.
Banjo-Kazooie. I don't think it's ever been beat. There's always something. There's always either too much shit to get, or it's not a good game. And I think Banjo-Kazooie just had the right amount of stuff to collect, the right amount of, the right amount of enemies, right amount of bosses. It's just everything. It was just a perfectly made game.
It's a shame because, like you say, in your opinion, it's never been beat as a 3D platformer game. Mm-hmm. Which to me means it never will be beat, because you just don't get games like that anymore. Platformer. It's like people think it's too simple a concept now. It's just, run around the 3D space and jump from here, do this, do that, and collect this. And it's got to be it was first person, open world, RPG.
Yeah. And I think this is one of the first collectathon games. But it's like it was one way it wasn't a chore. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like throughout the game you have to open doors, but you have to collect music notes, and you have to have so many music notes to open the doors to the next area in the main hub. Yeah. But then you also need to collect the jigsaw pieces to make the jigsaws to open the levels.
I kind of remember
you've got two. So you've got two main things that you need to collect, but it's like there's 10 jigsaws in a level. There's 100 music notes. So you know that there's a defined number in each level. Do you know what I mean? So if you do a level and you don't get all 100, you can still progress through the game. But not having the 100, not having the 10 jiggies, to me was like, it was the incentive to go back. I need to go back and find. And it wasn't too much. Do you know what I mean? You didn't have to collect too much. It was just the right amount of number. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same for every level throughout. And even in your main hub world, you also had jiggy pieces as well. But again, it was just the right amount. The jiggy pieces were like in places that you open up on the main level and you come into the hub world and you can find them and you collect them, and it was great. It never felt too much. Just felt that you need it, and I have to get these because I want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas there's some games where it's like 200 bloody whatever bobs. Breath of the Wild has these little leaf guys, Koroks, and you have to find 300 of them in the overworld. And the overworld's massive. Do you know what I mean? You could fit 300 in quite easily, but no way in fucking Jesus Christ's earth am I gonna. 300 is too much.
Do you get them show up on a map, or do you have to just find them?
No. You just find them. You find them about. You know what I mean? You hear a wee little wooden jingle, the little wooden things that hang on strings and they go tiling 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 sort of thing, like a wind chime. You hear it in the area, there's something around here, and you can find them. But 300's fucking But it's the same. It's like when we played Far Cry. Was it Far Cry 4 that we played together? We played. I think it's 4. It was 4.
Yeah, we played
The-
four together.
Yeah, and it's like you had to go and hunt the animals, and it's like after so like people just make games collectathons and just throw whatever shit out
Yeah.
there to see if it sticks, and it doesn't always work. And whereas at least with Banjo Kazooie, I just felt
it's just the right amount.
just the right amount, and the music just kept you going.
You've sold it enough to me where after we do Castlevania next
Mm-hmm.
week, I think
Mm-hmm.
I've got my heart set on playing one of them. I would like to try Banjo Kazooie.
Honestly, the fact that you haven't
Yeah, like
It's-
I've literally just give it. I think I gave it a tiny spin when I first got Rare Replay. But like, I spent most of my time just playing Perfect Dark on that. Perfect Dark's really good.
Yeah, Perfect Dark's really good. The music in Perfect Dark is really bloody good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
if I can't get Banjo Kazooie running good on the Game Bloke, because that's just the more convenient way for me to play.
But I mean, it is on Game Pass. You've got
It is on the
It's
Game
really
Pass,
good
so
on the Xbox. It's actually really good on the Xbox.
If I get the chance, I'll jump on it on that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
are we saying
So good.
Super Castlevania 4 or Bloodlines?
I played Bloodlines, so I'm quite happy to play Bloodlines.
Bloodlines. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so next week Castlevania Bloodlines.
only if you do that every time you say Bloodlines.
I'll forget now. And I'll probably won't be able to do it. Bloodlines. No, I'm fine. Depending on how good it is as well, I'll elongate the. If it's pish, then I'll just say Bloodlines.
Bloodlines, yeah. But if
But
it's really
the
good,
more I like it, Bloodlines.
Christ.
And on that note, this is easily our longest video, so we need to end this.
Oh, I know.
But it was
I
good.
know. And
Best
we've had
soundtracks in
three
the world.
interruptions.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Christ.
It's
Right.
been good, bro.
Thank you.
I think it's
And a
cooking.
pleasure as always. You better get to Carrie before she murders you. Tell her I'm sorry.
We'll do, boss. We'll do.
Right, okay.
Cheers,
Love you,
bro. Get following,
See
get
you later,
subscribing.
alligator.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.